Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Clash of Superheroes is a crossover fighting game developed and published by Capcom. It is the third installment in the Marvel vs. Capcom series, which features characters from Capcom's video game franchises and characters from Marvel Comics. The game debuted in Japanese and North American arcades back in 1998. It was ported in the Dreamcast in 1999 and PlayStation back in 2000. This game was re-released in 2012 for the PS3 and Xbox 360 as part of the Marvel vs. Capcom Origins collection. So what do I think of this game? It's one of the best fighting games I've ever seen. So, anyway, let's get into it. Alright peeps, so you walk into the grocery store or arcade places, and you see a Marvel vs. Capcom machine, and you have watched the introductions and seen the arcade cabinet of this game. And you've asked your parents for quarters or change, and you played it, and what do you think of it? Well, you would find more satisfactory. You would find some more satisfactory by playing this fucking game, and learn special moves. So yeah, there are 15 characters to choose from. Alright, now you have 15 Marvel and Capcom heroes. Yeah, which is Spider-Man, Hulk, War Machine, Wolverine, Ryu, Zangief, Mega Man, fucking Morrigan. And I see that there are different templates of character names. Yep, just like it happened in Def Jam Fight for New York and so on. Okay peeps, so Marvel vs. Capcom number 1 Clash of Superheroes is the third entry in the Marvel fighting series of 2D fighting games. The game utilizes similar tag team based game mechanics to its procedure Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. Before starting each match, the player selects a team of 2 fighters to compete in one-on-one combat. The player is free to swap between their characters at any point during battle. While one character fights, their teammate resting off screen slowly regenerates their life gauge. Wish it was a little faster if you know what I'm saying. Fucking fucker, motherfuckers. Fuck. Okay, while one character fights the first team to exhaust their opponent's vitality wins the match. However, if the timer runs out before either team is knocked out, the player with the most remaining health is declared the winner. Clash of Superheroes features 2 significant gameplay changes from Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. The game removes the variable assist feature used in the previous installment, which allows the player to summon their off-screen teammate to perform a special attack, in favor of the guest character and special partner system. Alright, so here are the guest characters. Colossus, Cyclops, Iceman, Arthur, Anita. Fuck you, Anita, dick. Pure and Fur, Tone Poo, the Unknown Soldier, Chateau, and so on and so on. While similar in function, guest characters are randomly allocated to each player at the beginning of a match. They're also limited to a few uses per round. Clash of Superheroes introduces a new technique called the variable cross, aka a duo team tech. When executing a variable cross, the player can attack their opponent with both characters simultaneously for a limited time. In addition, the player is given unlimited use of the hyper combo gauge, a colored meter towards the bottom of the screen which allows the player to perform several special techniques, allowing them to pull off multiple hyper combo moves, which deliver heavy damage to the opponent in quick succession. And holy fuck, isn't that exciting? Who the fuck is this supposed to be? Captain Planet? Okay, so I'll tell you the modes while I show you the images. Alright. The Dreamcast version of this game includes 5 game modes: Arcade, Versus, Training, Survival, and Cross Fever. In the arcade mode, the player must defeat several artificial intelligence controlled teams to reach the final boss character, Onslaught, a character from the X-Men comic book series. Upon the completion, the player's views a cinematic ending unique to each playable fighter. In Versus mode, 2 players can choose their character's handicap level and stages before completing against each other in battle locally. The player can practice moves and combos in training mode, where they can also adjust certain settings such as AI difficulty, and the number of bars available in the hyper combo gauge. In survival mode, the player fights through waves of enemies with a time limit. In addition, the player's life gauge is carried over through each round. Cross Fever mode allows 4 players to simultaneously compete in a 2-on-2 match. In place of Cross Fever, the PlayStation version features an exclusive mode called Crossover. Crossover is the only mode in the PlayStation port that permits tag team gameplay, which was removed due to the console's limited RAM capacity. Yeah, holy fuck, isn't that unfair if you know what it is? And let me tell you this, peeps. This Onslaught boss character, it could be one of the most challenging bosses you'll ever damn see. So yeah, there are 2 forms. Number 1, the original one, and number 2, holy fuck, a gigantic version of Onslaught? Holy fucking hell. Ha! Gay! Alright, so after you defeat the whole game and defeat the final boss, you would get a fucking ending. Yeah, an ending that is worthy for your time of reaching to it. Some of them are good, and some of them, I don't even want to know if it is mostly bad or good, but it is a strange mix. Afterwards, the credit starts to roll. Roll. Speaking of Roll is a hidden character from the Marvel vs. Capcom game. And speaking of hidden characters, yeah, we do have hidden characters, or as unlockable characters, or whatever it is. Okay, so here are the alternative characters included as well. Alternate Hulk, alternate Venom, alternate War Machine, Mega Zangief, Shadow Lady, Burning Jin, Onslaught, Roll, and fucking Lilith. Oh yeah, the loading screens of the Marvel vs. Capcom game, the console versions of it, look so fucking cool. Yeah, I really gotta admit that this one looks very satisfying and promising enough. So yeah, even the PlayStation version of this game seems not to be perfect. I would still grab one. So in conclusion, this fighting game is just as awesome as Mortal Kombat, Primal Rage, and so on and so on. So my favorite characters from Marvel vs. Capcom are... Well, if you guys are into Marvel and Capcom so much, why don't you just get a chance to fucking play it? Trust me, it's better worthy for your time.